Wizards of the Coast's OGL 1.1 leaked document infuriated everyone, from consumers to creators, and they were silent for over a week, which only added fuel to the fire created by the new major changes we were hearing about. And now they have finally responded in a desperate attempt to calm upset fans of Dungeons and Dragons down, but it only created another controversy for them. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and to the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So as you can see, they finally posted an update, and it has started another controversy. So, it says, when we initially conceived of revising the OGL, it was with three major goals in mind. First, we wanted the ability to prevent the use of Dungeons and Dragons content from being included in hateful and discriminatory products. Second, we wanted to address those attempting to use D&D and Web3, blockchain games, and NFTs by making clear that OGL content is limited to tabletop role-playing content, like campaigns, modules, and supplements. And third, we wanted to ensure that the OGL is for the content creator, the home brewer, the aspiring designer, our players, and the community, not major corporations to use for their own commercial and promotional purpose. They also say this is why our early drafts of the new OGL included the provisions they did. That draft language was provided to content creators and publishers so their feedback could be considered before anything was finalized. In addition to language allowing us to address discriminatory and hateful conduct in clarifying what types of products the OGL covers, our drafts included royalty language designed to apply to large corporations attempting to use OGL content. It was never our intent to impact the vast majority of the community. So, first of all, Wizards of the Coast has had a lot of problems with leakers, going as far back as I can remember. With Magic the Gathering, entire sets have been leaked months before release, then WOTC ends up putting the whole set lists online, so these leaks are either intentional or there's been a lot of conflict at the company, but they are saying at this point that, it was a leak, people weren't meant to see it. But as you can see, they talk a lot about how this was a draft and they're in the draft stage, yet this was originally supposed to be published on January 5th, but it got leaked a day before. They wouldn't have released a document of this importance if it wasn't done. I believe that document was exactly what they were going for everybody, but they saw the mass backlash and have now backed out on it. They've given me as a consumer no reason to trust them, and even other companies in the industry now that have used this OGL are never going to trust Wizards again, no matter what they revert, which is why the only company to ever beat out Dungeons and Dragons in sales, which is Paizo, has announced an industry collaboration and the creation of a new type of open gaming license system called ORC, but that just proves that they don't trust them, so we shouldn't either. And look, I don't even think that a company like Paizo is one of the, best, and one that as a consumer we can fully trust, because they have gone down a similar path like Wizards of the Coast with their Pathfinder 2e game, catering towards social justice narratives that, of course, aren't true, but the way that companies are also responding means they don't trust them. It says, however, it's clear from the reaction that we rolled a 1. It has become clear that it is no longer possible to fully achieve all of our goals while staying true to our principles, and their goals were, of course, preventing the use of D&D content from being included in hateful and discriminatory products, wanting to address those attempting to use it in NFTs and blockchain games, all of that I read at the beginning, but you can clearly see see how they formatted this. They wanted to look like the heroes who were changing the OGL to be able to fight racism and bigoted content so less people would criticize how anti-competitor this OGL 2.0, as they're calling it now, sounds. Recently, Wizards of the Coast has been involved in a battle with a new version of TSR, the original creators of D&D, and the conflict with that organization definitely might have hastened the release of this draft, as they're calling it, but Wizards has been going down this line of thinking of racial equity within their games, and that in Dungeons & Dragons there are discriminatory tropes for years at this point, in line with the attacks going back decades on Tolkien's work, which of course is one of the founding inspirations behind Dungeons & Dragons. But Wizards of the Coast over the years has done everything they can to sanitize their products. They've removed terms like race because they're seen as offensive, and by saying that they want to prevent the use of hateful and discriminatory products from being included, that just means they want to control what is being created. A term they might find offensive, other people wouldn't, and this just means that they want to find a way to, control creatives and have the ability to take down practically anything they dislike. Even though their statements now are about toxicity and hateful content, it's just about money at the end of the day for them. I think that everybody can see that. But even though their statements, now are sounding noble, like they're trying to fight this bad, it's not actually about that. We all know it's been happening with Hasbro's stock over the past few years, and Hasbro wants them to make more and more money, which is leading to them wanting to monetize everything and everyone, just like they've done in what we've seen with Dungeons & Dragons 1. But this statement is not going over well with the community. Some people are saying, you know what, it's a fine statement, we should give them a chance. They've, again, given me no reason at all to just give them a chance and hope that they do the right thing, because they haven't been doing the right thing. As you can see, if we go on over to Twitter, people are still talking about this situation, just questioning what's really going to happen, if they're going to make better decisions in the future, if they can prove in any way that this was actually a leaked version and they had multiple versions like they're claiming. People are just really upset with them still, and this statement really didn't calm down the controversy like they probably were expecting. But yeah, this is their statement. I don't think that it's a great one. Their statement is basically just a bait and switch, because this is all about money, but because of the backlash, they're now trying to use their support of social justice as an excuse to change the OGL, because they've done nothing to show us they have any intention of what we already know is in it. I guess we will wait and see, but for now, guys, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video and found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.